Hello everyone, especially to Madam Mukamyin and to all my beloved friends. My group will make a presentation about primary school mathematics curriculum design for MTES3063, subject primary school mathematics curriculum studies. So, my team members are me, Aina Tisha Binti Garasa. Second presenter is Nur Hazimah binti Hamzah, and last presenter is Izzatul Miza binti Muhammad Ishaq. So this is the contents that we will discuss about. Okay, so for the introduction, Mathematics Standard-Based Curriculum for Primary School (KSSR) is a core subject that must be undergone by all pupils who follow the national education system. Mathematics provides opportunities for pupils to perform the tasks that are fun, meaningful, useful, and challenging, as well as to increase their curiosity in learning something new. The primary school mathematics curriculum has been paraphrased and reorganized, taking into consideration the continuity to the next level. The steps taken are in line with the need to provide mathematical knowledge, skills, and values for pupils from various backgrounds and abilities. Mathematics curriculum benchmarking was conducted in high-achieving countries in the international assessment level to ensure that the mathematics curriculum in Malaysia is relevant to and at par with other countries in the world. In the effort to develop the potential and intellectual proficiency of individual and human development, mathematics is the best medium due to its natural properties that encourage logical and systematic thinking. Okay, next. The aim of the primary school standard curriculum for mathematics is to develop pupils' understanding on the concept of numbers, basic calculation, skills, simple mathematical ideas, and competency in applying mathematical knowledge and mathematical skills effectively and responsibly to solve problems and make decisions based on attitude and values in order to overcome challenges faced in daily life, in line with development in science and technology and the 21st century challenges. So, the mathematics standard-based curriculum for primary school enables pupils to achieve the following objectives. The first one, develop mathematical tools for learning. The second, develop understanding and apply the concepts and mathematical skills in various contexts. Third, expand the use of basic operation skills such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division related to numbers and operations, measurement and geometry, relationship and algebra, and statistics and probability. Fourth, identify and use the relationships in mathematical ideas between the field of mathematics and other fields and with daily life. 5. Communicate using mathematical ideas clearly and use symbols and terms correctly. 6. Use mathematical knowledge and skills to apply and make adjustment to various strategies in solving problems. 7. Develop a higher order thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking, reasoning, and explore daily life in mathematical ways. 8. Use various representation to present mathematical ideas and relationships. 9. Appreciate and value the beauty of mathematics. And last but not least, use various mathematical tools effectively, including ICT, to build conceptual understanding and apply mathematical knowledge. So, KSSR framework is built on the basis of 6 fundamental strengths, which are communication, spiritual attitude and values, humanities, personal competence, physical development, and aesthetics, and science and technology. These 6 strengths are the main domains that support one another and are integrated with critical, creative, and innovative thinking. The integration aims to produce human capital who appreciate values based on spirituality, knowledge, personal competence, critical and creative thinking, as well as innovative thinking. So, for communication, integration of language skills during communication using verbal and non-verbal strategies. Science and technology is acquisition of knowledge and skills based on technology. mathematics and science, as well as scientific aptitudes. Physical development and aesthetics, physical development and health for well-being, fostering of imagination, creativity, talent, and appreciation. Personal competence, fostering of leadership and personal character through curriculum and co-curriculum activities. Humanities, which is a social knowledge and practices of local, national, and global communities, and appreciation of patriotism and unity. Spiritual attitudes and values, full and total comprehension of religious practices, values, and attitudes. Next, the mathematics standard-based curriculum for primary school focuses on the mastery of knowledge and understanding, which enables pupils to apply concepts, principles, and the mathematical process learned. Emphasis on the aspects of development of mathematical thinking is put and developed through the teaching and learning in the classroom based on the following principles, which are problem solving, communication, reasoning, relationship, and representation using technology and mathematics. Okay, thoughtful learning has the same meaning as the ability to think and create thoughts. In this context of mathematics education, thoughtful learning refers to the desired quality of pupils to be produced through the national mathematics education system. The four important elements that contribute to the mathematical thoughtful learning of human development are: the first one is a learning area, the second is attitude and value, the third is mathematical skills, and fourth, mathematical process. So, attitude and value, mathematical value and universal value. Mathematical process support the effective and thoughtful learning of mathematics are problem solving, reasoning, communication, representation, and connection. These five math processes are interrelated and need to be implemented integrally across the curriculum. Learning area, the mathematics curriculum encompasses five of it, which are numbers and operation, measurement and geometry, relationship and algebra, statistics and probability, also discrete mathematics. Last, skills that will develop mathematics skills, analysis skills, problem solving skills, research skills, and communication skills. The stages of process that need to be achieved by the pupils throughout these implementations are as below. Problem solving is the main focus in the teaching and learning of mathematics. The first one is to understand the problem, extracting relevant information in the given situation and arrange information systematically. Second, planning various strategies to solve the problem. The various use of general strategies as problem solving, including the steps in solving problems, need to be expanded. Some of the common strategies are drawing diagrams, identify patterns, making tables, charts or listing systematically using algebra, logical reasoning, or working backwards and using analogy. Okay, next, implementing strategies according to the prescribed plan, producing solutions which fulfill the requirements of the problem, and then interpreting solution, making reviews and reflection for the solution and strategy used. Reviewing answer is an important step in problem solving because people should be trained to review answers to a problem. By reviewing the answers, people see, understand, and appreciate the perspective of mathematics from different angles, as well as consolidate their understanding of a concept learned. While listening is a fundamental in understanding mathematics effectively and making the understanding of mathematics meaningful. Recognizing reasoning and proof as the basic of mathematics. This can be done inductively through mathematics activities that involve the identification of patterns and make conclusions based on the patterns. Next, identifying patterns, structure, and similarity in real-world situation and symbolic representation. Pupils should be trained and coached to make a conjecture, prove the conjecture, provide logical explanation, analyze, consider, evaluate, and justify all mathematics activities. In addition, teachers need to provide space and opportunities for the discussion of mathematics, which is not only engaging, but also allow each pupil to be well involved. Next, choosing and use various reasoning and proving methods. Making, investigating, and verifying mathematical conjectures. When pupils are trained and required to make a conjecture, prove the conjecture, provide logical explanation, analyze, evaluate, and give justification to all mathematical activities. Constructing and evaluating mathematical argument and evidence. This training will produce people who are self-confident and resilient in line with the aspiration to be more mathematical thinkers with high capabilities. Making decisions and justifying them. Okay, next, communication. Organizing and combine mathematical thoughts through communication to clarify and strengthen mathematical understanding. This can help pupils to clarify and strengthen their mathematical understanding. By sharing understanding in written and oral mathematics with classmates, teachers, and parents, pupils will be able to increase their confidence and lighten the task of the teachers in monitoring the progress of their mathematical skills. Communicating mathematical thoughts and ideas clearly and confidently, using mathematical language to state mathematical ideas accurately. Analyzing and evaluating mathematical thoughts and strategies of others. Overall, we get that through communication, mathematical ideas can be expressed and understood better. Mathematical communication, whether oral, written, or with the use of symbol and visual representations such as using charts, graphs, diagrams, and all, enable pupils to understand and apply mathematics effectively. Mathematical communication also involves the use of various media such as charts, graphs, manipulative computers, and others. Pupils should be able to use the materials to explain mathematical ideas and solve mathematical problems. Okay, representation. Describing mathematical ideas using various representation, formulas, tables, graphs, and et al. Are used to represent various notions and real-world relationships. Representation can be defined as any configuration of letters, image, or concrete objects that can reflect or represent other things. Making interpretation from given representation. Representation is necessary for pupils' understanding in mathematical concept and relationship. Representation allows people to communicate, approach, debate, and understanding of mathematics to themselves and others. Choosing suitable representation, it also allows people to recognize the relationship between related concepts and apply mathematics to realistic problems. Using various mathematical representation to first simplify complex mathematical ideas, second help in problem solving, third make a model and interpreting mathematical phenomena, and last create connection between various representation. Connection, identifying and using connection between mathematical ideas. Understanding how mathematical ideas are interconnected and build on one another to produce a coherent whole. Relating mathematical ideas with daily life and other fields, mathematics curriculums generally consist of several discrete areas such as calculation, geometry, algebra, measurement, and problem solving. Without relating these areas, pupils will have to learn and remember too many concepts and skills separately. Instead, by recognizing how the concept or skills in different fields relate to each other, mathematics will be seen and studied as a holistic, knowledgeable discipline and easily understood. When these mathematical ideas are related with everyday experience inside and outside the school, pupils will be more aware of the use, importance, strength, and the beauty of mathematics. Okay, next I will give the presentation, pass up the presentation to Nur Hazimah binti Hamzah.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today, I Nur Hazimah binti Hamzah from G3.3 will present to you about some of the design in mathematics primary schools curriculums. So, today I will start with the focusing skills in this curriculum. There are 6 skills. So, the first skills is the mathematical skills that includes 5 elements, which is number 1, using correct standard mathematical language and applying logical reasoning. Number 2, stating mathematical ideas concisely. Number 3, creating, testing and proving conjecture. Number 4, extracting meaning from a mathematical writing. And then number 5, using mathematics to explain the physical world. So we go to the second skill, which is analyzing skills that includes thinking clearly, giving attention and examining every aspect, manipulating precise, concise and detailed idea, understanding complex mathematical reasoning, constructing and defending logical arguments, and lastly is debating illogical arguments. So, for the third skill, which is problem solving skills, refer to the first, constructing problem statement precisely and identifying the main issues. Number 2, presenting solutions clearly and explicating the developed assumptions. Number 3, solving complex problems by analyzing simpler to the specific problems. Number 4, being open-minded and use different approaches in solving the same problems. Number 5, solving problems confidently even though the solution is unnoticeable or not clear. And then number 6, asking for help if needed. So we go to the fourth skills, which is research skills. So the elements in research skill is same as the mathematical skill, which is using correct standards mathematical language and applying logical reasoning, stating mathematical ideas concisely, creating, testing and proving conjecture, extracting meaning from a mathematical writing, using mathematics to explain the physical world. So we go to the fifth skill, which is communication skills. So we that refer to the listen effectively, writing mathematical idea clearly and precisely, writing essays and reports, then doing presentations. So we go to the last skill, which is technology skills, that refer to the handling tools, handling mathematical tools such as abacus, calculators, websites that can help in developing and understanding mathematical concept in depth, and creating, testing and proving conjecture, exploring mathematical ideas and problem solving. Then we go to the 21st century skills. So, producing people with the same 21st century skills by focusing on the thinking skills as well as living skills and careers that are based on the practical moral value. So 21st century skills aim to produce people with the characteristic of 9, which is number 1 is which the pupils are able to face and overcome the difficulties and challenges with them. And number 2 is communication skills, that the pupils can voice and express their thoughts, ideas and information confidently. Then number 3 is thinkers, which the pupils can think critically, creatively and innovatively. So then number 4 is teamwork, which is the pupils can work effectively harmoniously with others. And then number 5 is curious, that the pupils develops natural curiosity to explore strategies and new ideas. And then number 6 is principles, that the pupils are honest and have integrity. Then informative, that the pupils gain knowledge and develop wide and balanced understanding. Then the second last is caring or attentive, where the pupils show their empathy, compassion, and respect towards need and feeling of the others. Then the lastly is the patriotic, which the pupils demonstrate their love and respect towards country. Then we go to the higher order thinking skill, which is HOTS, that apply in four elements, which is number one, application, by using knowledge, skills, and value in different situations to accomplish a task. The number two is analyzing, which breaking down information into smaller parts for in-depth understanding and make connection between these parts. Then number three, evaluations consider the making decision and using knowledge, experience, skills, and value and justifying decisions made. And then the last one is creation, which produce idea or product or method creatively and innovatively. So, HOTS or high order thinking skills is the ability to apply knowledge, skills, and values in reasoning and reflecting to solve problems and makes decision be innovative and capable of inventing something. This includes four four things, which is number one, critical thinking, which is the abilities to evaluate ideas logically and rationally to make sensible judgment using reasons and logical evidence. Number two, creative thinking, which is the capacity to produce or create something new and valuable using genuine imagination and unconventional thinking. Then number three is reasoning skill, that the individual's capability to consider and evaluate the logical and rationally. And last one is the thinking strategy, which is a way of thinking that is structured and focused to solve problems. So HOTS can be applied in classroom through reasoning-based activity, inquiry learning, problem solving, and projects. So, we go to the strategies in teaching and learning. So, the teacher must uh, creatively find and use the strategies in developing the understanding to help the pupils to understand the mathematics and use the mathematics in their daily life. So the first strategy is mastery learning. So mastery learning is a learning that ensures that all pupils master the learning objective sets. This learning adhere to the principle that each pupil is able to learn if given the opportunity. Opportunities should be given to the pupils to learn at their own pace. Enrichments and remedial action need to be made as part of teaching and learning process. So, for example, the teacher will teach the the pupils about some topics. Then they and ask them to make some and solve some examples. Then ask them if they are understand or not. If they are not understand yet, so the teacher will teach again to make the people understand. Then the second strategy is in contextual learning, which is learning that are require pupils to make connections with their life. In this context, people do not learn to in theory only, but can apply their knowledge in mathematics in daily life situation. Pupils can apply their diverse skills, experience, and logical culture, thereby integrating all this into new learning experience. So, the third strategies in teaching and learning of mathematics in this curriculum is problem-based learning. So, problem-based learning is a learning that provide opportunity to people to learn through the explorations of daily life problem. Pupils will be able to form resilient when they face and overcome challenges and difficulties in process of interpreting problems, gathering informations, identifying the possible solutions, evaluating each problem solving, and presenting the conclusions and decisions. Then we go to the fourth strategies, which is problem-based learning. So, problem-based learning is a learning process focused on a practical task in a systematic and well-planned time frame to investigate and explore a problem or produce a product. The focus of the learning is on the process where a product or end result of the project is complementary to learning. Then simulation. Simulation is a learning strategy that give an opportunity to pupils to learn through activities that resemble real situations. Example of the situation are role play games and the use of models in role play. People play a role spontaneously based on condition determined. People play in order to learn a concept or understand the process and make decisions. Then inquiry discovery. Inquiry discovery is a learning that use the curiosity in pupils to explore a field of knowledge. This learning is focused on the expansion of skills and intellect to raise question and find answer that stem from the curiosity of these pupils. For examples, that we as the teacher ask the students what they want to know, what they are thinking. So from that, uh, we as a teacher has to give some motivation to them to ask and to think what they don't understand and what uh, something that play in their minds, so that we can give our best in teaching. So then STEM's approach. Okay, the second last strategy is STEM approach. STEM is stand for S is science, T technology, E engineering, and M is mathematics. So STEM approach is the teaching and learning method which applies integrate knowledge, skills, and values of STEM through inquiry, problem solving, or project in the context of daily life, environment, and local as a global community. So the last strategy is a modular approach. A modular approach is a teaching and learning strategy that is based on the pupil-centered principle with a focus on personal development, integrations of skills, internalization of knowledge, and values in subject, presenting content in a linear and or non-linear sequence, and selecting and presenting content, skills, and values which are aimed at flexibility. So the teachers can choose among these 8 strategies while they are teaching their pupils. Each strategy has their own pro and cons, so the teacher have to choose the right strategies to make sure the student can understand and can apply the knowledge in their daily life. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Alright, now I, Izzatumiza binti Mu'mishaq, will continue our group presentation with the topic Cross-Curriculum Elements or EMK. Okay, what is EMK? EMK are value-added elements that are applied in teaching and learning process other than those specific in the content standard. These elements are applied to strengthen the skill and competency of intended, which is our student, to make sure they are capable of dealing with the current and future challenges. Okay, there are 10 elements in EMK. I will go one by one. Okay, for the first one, which is language. Okay, the use of the proper intermediate language should be emphasized in this subject, which is mathematics. And during the teaching and learning of this subject, the pronunciation aspect, sentence structure, grammar, and the terminology of the language need to be emphasized to assist students in organizing ideas as well as their communication effectively. Okay, for the second, which is environmental sustainability, awareness toward the love of the environment in the people's or students' life need to be nurtured through the teaching and learning process in this subject, which is mathematics. And this knowledge and awareness of the importance of the environment and global sustainability are important to develop students' ethics in appreciating nature. Okay, the third one, which is values. Values are emphasized in this mathematics subject because it is important to ensure that students are aware of its importance, which is values, and practice them in daily life. Okay, the fourth, which is science and technology. Science and technology need to increase the interest in student and improve scientific and technological literacy among students. And this can help and contribute to efficient and effective learning. Okay, next one, which is patriotism. Patriotism can be nurtured through this mathematics subject uh, and other non-subject, which is co-curricular activities and community service. Patriotism can produce students with the spirit of patriotism and proud as Malaysians. Okay, next, the sixth, which is creativity and innovation. Creativity is the ability to use imagination in gathering, extracting, and generating ideas or creating new original ideas through inspiration and so on. Meanwhile, innovation is the application of creativity through the modification, improvement, and practice in class. This element must be has to be in our curriculum because it is important for the student to master it in early of their life or early of their year. Okay, the seventh one, which is entrepreneurship, the incorporation of entrepreneurship elements and to develop attribute and entrepreneurial habits that will become a culture among the students. Okay, next one, 8, which is information and communication technology or ICT. Uh, this element incorporated in the teaching and learning to ensure pupils can apply and strengthen their basic knowledge and skills in ICT. As we know, ICT is very important not only for this era or this time, but also in the future. Okay, the ninth with each global sustainability. These elements aim to develop students with sustainable thinking and highly responsive attitude toward the environment of their daily life and the application of their knowledge, skills, and so on. Okay, and the last one, which is finance education. Finance education might be similar with the entrepreneurship, but this application aim to shaping the future generation that is capable of making right financial decision, ethical practice, and financial management. Which is we know that in primary school, student will be learning about basic things about money. Okay, that's all for cross-curricular elements or EMK. We go to the next topic, which is school assessment. Alright. School assessment is generally conducted topically in primary school. This assessment aims to overview the extent of people's understanding of the specific content, standardable comprehensively and holistically. Okay, in order to ensure that formative assessment help to enhance people's ability and achievement, teachers should be assessments. Teachers should use assessment strategies which have the following characteristics. There are 5 characteristics that must be followed by teachers when they are doing assessment to a student. Okay, the first one is taking into account the knowledge and skills learned by the pupils and assess their understanding. Second one is in various forms such as evaluation of the activities carried out, test, presentation, project, folio, and etc. Okay, and the third one is designed to enable pupils to exhibit a variety of learning ability. Fourth, this school assessment is fair to all pupils, regardless their family background or their attitude and so on. And the fifth one is, and the last one is take into account the various cognitive, affective, and psychomotor levels in students. Okay, this for the characteristic of school assessment. Next we will go to uh, the elements in school assessments. There are 4, which is assessment content, mathematics skills and processes, attitude and values, and lastly overall performance report. Okay, for the assessment content, this is uh, okay, this is uh, can be seen by the list of the topic that hierarchically arranged and show the development according to the learning areas. And teacher need to be assess the people holistically based on the standard performance or SPI. As we know, SPI is built for each topic based on general performance from the different level from level 1 to level 6. Okay, that's for the assessment content. Next, we will go to the mathematics skills and processes. This element should be displayed in the practice of people assess in ongoing basis through the variety of method such as observation, training, presentation, prepare people's oral responses, group work, and so on. Okay, for the attitude and values is very important in assessing student in their learning. Okay, for this element, this should be displayed and practiced by students continuously in assess through various methods. Same as the mathematics skill in observation, exercise, presentation, and so on. Okay, lastly, for the overall performance report, this overall performance report will be made at the end of the term, that in the middle of the year and at the end of the year of each semester in that year. Okay, teachers should be determined overall performance level of every student in the class or in the school. Okay, this final assessment include content, skill, and mathematical process and value aspect. Okay, this assessment based on we will go to the next part, which is organization of content. Okay, organization of content. The primary school mathematics curriculum standard is designed with the emphasis of content standard and learning standard that needs to be known and can be done by pupils. This standard is presented in a modular form, divided into topics based on learning areas. The level of people's learning development is measured by the performance standards that we just discussed just yet, and is organized according to each topic. Okay, this is topic according to the learning area in primary school mathematics. There are 5, which is numbers and operations. Second, measurement and geometry. Third, relationships and algebra. Fourth, statistics and probability. And the last one, discrete mathematics. But this discrete mathematics topic does not apply in primary level. Okay, for the numbers and operation, there are 4 subtopics that will be teach to student, which is whole number, basic operations, fractions, decimals and percentage, and lastly money. Okay, for the measurement and geometry, there are 3 subtopics, which is time, measurement, and space. For the third one, which is relationship and algebra, there are 2, which is coordinate and ratio and proportion. Okay, for the last one, which is statistic and probability, there are 2 also, which is date management and probability. Okay, that's for the topics from content. Okay, we will go to Organization of Mathematics Standard, Best Curriculum and Assessment Document. We just now discussed about this standard-based curriculum. Okay, there are 3 standard-based curriculum, which is content standard, learning standard, and the last one is performance standard or overall performance report. Okay, for the content standard, this standard is specific statement about what people should know and what they can do within a period of schooling that encompass knowledge, skills, and value. Okay, the second, which is learning standard, is a specification of criteria or indicators of the quality in learning and achievement that can be measured for each content standard. So this learning standard is based on content standard. And the last one is performance standard. It's a set of a common criteria which shows the level of achievement that should be exhibited by people as a sign that matter that has been mastered. And this performance standard has their indicator of success. So this assessment document or standard-based curriculum has been designed in primary school mathematics curriculum uh, to make sure that teacher can assess their student effectively. Okay, I think that's all for our presentation about the primary school's mathematics curriculum's design. So that I conclude our presentation today. Within the last 5 decades, the Malaysian mathematics curriculum has undergone several significant changes in order to reform new curriculum that can go with the time flow and modernity. Okay, in summary, children must not learn only by rote memorization, but they must understand the true concept of the topic that make the learning process much more meaningful. So, this KSSR has been designed to make sure that children can be learning effectively in class, but all subject that they must learn in primary school. Okay, this is the reference of our presentation, and that's all from us. Thank you.